Okay, and we're here going for game 2 of this series. In game 2, I really liked Suning's adaptation draft. I think they did a super good adaptation in the draft by picking up the Zoe and by picking up Jin Leona away from JDG. And the JDG again, they went for the Renekton, which is super good. I mean, the Renekton is doing really well in the draft, Lilia as well. But now they go for this Galio, again with no hard engage. I don't know, I mean, I guess they have set, MF is a good combo, but I really think there could have been something better than this Galio. Even though I really like Galio as a champion, I don't like the incomes they're building around this champion. I mean, you can do so much better, no? You can pick some champions that can have some jumps. Like Set is better than what Suni had last game. They had a Bard. Now these guys have a Set, so I guess you can ult on the Set. Because this mostly means you're gonna be disengaging, but I think Suni has a good income to just play slowly, not go too deep. So Galio won't really be that much useful, except on a Renekton or something if he flashes in, stuns someone. So yeah, I think yeah, Suning did a really good attention draft, and they kind of put JDG on uncomfortable champions, in my opinion. So except Zoom and Kanavi, I don't think Igao had a good Galio. I don't think the set MF was that good on JDG.
They were getting pushed in, and as a
And we're
result,
gonna see
it
this
was Kanavi who was actually getting
happen
a
this
lot more
game.
farm. He was also very far ahead of SOFM. So now that some of these roles have been reversed,
Okay,
that we
okay.
have the Leona, we have the Jin, we have into the
Early game is
current
pretty
safely
stable.
engage of Lumao, but
Again, this GP lost lane super hard against Renekton, which really annoys me that he doesn't know how to play this matchup, or he just refuses to play it aggressive and just goes full pussy mode with the mana crystal.
that's Flash on a champion that has no inbuilt mobility, so they could return here soon. Now, SOFM does have Scuttle Crab Prio because Kanavi went down into the bottom lane.
Yeah, when you
So
have
that
bot
means this
prior,
crab
you
will
use
be
it and you
secured
get
by
the scuttle.
Suning,
This is
and
good.
Kanavi goes
Not
back
like
to farm
JDG
his default
dropping
camps
it.
in his jungle instead. Now, Angel going for the trouble bubble onto the gap. Lens gets
Gets
him away.
double
It means
scuttled
Sword
skin
Art is
in early
just
game.
as hurt.
yeah, and that
I
was
mean,
really good
Jin just
stacking
seems
there
like
from Swordart.
broken,
He lands a stun, waits
the
for that
best
to
AD
cleanse,
carry
then ignites immediately
in the
after
game
because
right
otherwise
now.
they can both
He
be
just gets
cleansed by
pry
the
in every
same
lane.
spell. The fact
Has
that
really good
Kanavi
utility.
actually went for that gank, it didn't work out, meant he got pushed off the bottom scuttle, but more importantly,
Shit.
we saw SOFM running through, and that meant that is for the Nimbus kill
Yeah.
proc for the additional move speed.
This
Try and get in
Renekton
there and
seems
take
to be
down
the
Pump
best
Pump,
top laner in
but
the
he
game as
does
well.
have his heal as the response,
Uncounterable champ.
and think yes,
Oh, the
Trying to
first point that happens
looking vulnerable.
it happens to
both
kill
sides,
bot.
timer 2.
3v3 HP.
Ooh,
This
Kanavi's
is a
coming now.
very vulnerable Jin. SOFM
I
showing
think
up. We're
Kanavi
getting
is
a
gonna die
3v3.
here, right?
Lumao running away, trying to disengage. Sword Art with the follow. Lumao
No,
takes
no,
some damage.
it's
Kanavi
Sad
does
dies.
too.
Have
Redemption
the
has
mid
been
trio.
from the Zoe, but Angel is here. Remember, Lumao doesn't have a way
They
out
tried
this
the
time,
same
and
thing
that
they did
means
last game,
first
but this
blood over
game,
to Angel Zoe.
Suning's bot
Really
lane is
nicely
actually
done
playing
on the roam
aggressive and
there.
contesting
Miguel
instead of
had to
just
return to
giving
mid
up
lane, and
the
Angel
pry and
had a
getting
timer
destroyed.
to move.
I
Finds
guess
that kill.
they
So
have
much pressure
Jin
from both
Leona
sides down towards this bottom
themselves
lane.
this game, so
Continued
it's probably
efforts,
way
and
easier
is
to
Suning that comes
to
out on
do it
top.
than any other than the
This was
last game when they had the
pretty
MF Bard
dicey back
being
and
pretty
forth
much
fight
useless in
here,
fights.
as both sides, we're low on health, we're
While
out of
this combo is
resources. So
super
that first
strong
kill
and
can be very
probably
critical
win
in a
any
game like this.
skirmish in early
It's a
game.
game of chicken, is what it is. Both sides are just driving straight at each other, 80 miles
7 minutes,
per
there's
hour.
gonna be
Who's
a
gonna
fight
Is you're
for the
feeling really good,
objective, like
but they actually
usual.
spotted them on this Graves is a jungler,
Everyone
right? So
starts
people
going to
attack us
Herald.
against GP Graves, you're feeling really good.
No one
But
cares
they
about
actually
first
spotted
Drake.
them on this invade,
Here
and
we
they're
can
looking
see
for
this
collapse.
Renekton
Everyone is here.
going
but
crazy
Zoom
again.
has joined the fight, and Angel could still be in some dire straits. He tries to get away.
Doesn't
He
get a
uses the
kill.
flash. Angel
Super
is
sad.
disengaged for now, but Bin's coming around from the top side. Lumao is also here. Gangplank ulti summoned up. Zoom walking away. Uses that Q to try to keep himself healed up.
Oh my god.
Comes Angel. Zoom's taken low. Zoom's taken down. Bin disengaging here.
It's
once
gonna be a
more.
2 for
Trouble
2
bubble over the wall.
anyway.
Sword Art is still in a
SOF's
bad
back.
spot. Lumao's getting himself away. Here for
There. Here's the lapse.
and no one
And then
gets the
literally,
Herald.
this is where you're thinking, all right, this could actually
So
go
just a fight
pretty heavily
happens
in the
over.
favor of Suning because
I don't
they're thinking
know why this fight even happened, you know.
Expect Zoom to
Like,
pretty
why
much
is this
play
fight
this like we
happening?
saw previously.
them on this invade, and they're looking jungler, right? So if you can
Because
attack
of the
these
raids
GP
invade,
Graves,
yeah.
you're feeling really good. But they actually spotted them on
Suing
this
decide
invade,
they're
and
gonna
they're
invade
looking
the
for collapse.
freight
Everyone's here.
without GP, without anyone. Super greedy play from them, but they get a 2v2, 2 for 2, so they're fine. I think they're fine with this. So I think JDG's early game is actually really good. Like, they're getting an advantage in every early game. Like this game, last game they got a pretty good advantage in early game. They were able to. They lost the advantage, but still their early game is good. Again, they're getting the Herald. They have the advantage on Kanavi and Zoom. Like these two are pretty much the ones carrying JDG. It seems like through the early game, always getting elite, even in not the best matchup. I mean, both Graves is good into Lydia's, GP is good into Reactor, but it doesn't seem to matter that much.
Flash over the wall. Lumao makes sure he doesn't get
Uh,
caught out as Suning moves up to collapse. The
They
turret
wanna
is
fight.
still alive.
yeah, okay, this situation is where
They've got 100 here in this
they just got
series.
greedy for the turret and they really wanted to get it, but put them in a pretty bad spot. Like Suing is so aggressive. They just know they can win this fight. And this Chinese teams, they just see you overextending just a little bit and they decide it's time to fight, you know. They don't look for the perfect They don't look for the perfect fight, like they just see a bit of advantage and they go. And this actually gets them 3 for 0, which is
Again,
super
going for
fucking
that
good.
fight. Still JDG taking this first turret here. There was no bard for
Like
Sword
sure
Art
they
to
get the
it,
first turret,
he
but
had- and actually dodge out on a kill.
they get a 3
Angel,
kills in
I'm not
return, which is
exaggerating
not
when I
that
say
bad.
if MF had one
They're
or two
actually
more AD,
equal now, yeah.
you probably kill off the Zoe
But
there.
it's
So
not good for them to go equal because I think they're gonna start getting outscaled if they give this GP too much resources.
that's always frustrating because it can feel. And then
Is the difference
But this game, the difference from last game is already going better for Suning. Their early game is a lot stronger because they have the Zoe now and they have the bot mid prio. Just get mid and bot prio and you start winning the game, you know, it's that simple. I really think they should be prioritizing the Zoe more than the Lilia maybe. Or the Jhin, because this Jin's always seemed to be big prio this series. Like Renekton, in my opinion as well, but not in Suning's opinion because they just leave it open every game and then he's destroying them in team fights.
Boy. Stasis tries to keep him alive long enough.
So this is one of the fights that pretty much
coordination, the
decided the
combination
game.
coming through there from long range, having the confidence to land those skills, had to punish Kanavi.
And is this not
Well, he says JDG's getting outscaled this game. I think they should be fighting every objective they can. So they're gonna be fighting for this Herald as well. If they would drop this Herald, then that means they would lose the mid turret. And they can't really get anything in return for it. They can't really get any turrets. So just going for the fight, all in or nothing is the Chinese way, I guess. Why is it's better now, I guess. The Chinese way is just contest. I mean, not contest, but get it. If not, you just lose the game, you know. They have no regrets. They know they were playing the right direction. Here, Swing, of course, contests because they're pretty fucking strong at this point in the game. The GP has a full Triforce, a BF, Longsword. I think he's ahead of Renekton. Then the Graves is ahead of Lilia as well in CS. Mid lane is ahead, bot lane is ahead, everyone's ahead. Obviously they're gonna fight this. But this fight is not that... It starts good for JDG, honestly. From this position you think JDG is gonna win this fight and they're gonna get back to the game, right? because this is their part of the game. Like early into mid game, they need to get an advantage, and from there on snowball it into the late game and close out the game. But super good ult for MF, but super good barrel also from Bin. And somehow this OFM just survives here. He just survives this shit, and now it's a 5 for 1. This is just doomed, honestly. The Graves got 3 kills, which is the worst that can probably happen. Like, even on Jin, even GP, this kid's gonna be so insane than Graves. Because Graves can now just do whatever the fuck he wants. He's gonna be super huge. And he's just gonna be a raid boss on the map.
What a scrap! 10-man fight around
This
the
game
ring
just
trail.
turns out from a seemed like a really good position for JDG in that fight, but everything can happen. Like someone clutches, like SoFM did, and your game is fucking lost. Honestly, now so hard to play.
They are crushed.
I do believe we have a second game of an Ocean Soul.
Okay. Yeah, this fight, after a fight like this, when you're super close to winning it, but then you just get swiped 5 for 1, your mental is a bit doomed, like, and you're a bit tilted that Graves got all the kills. So it's kind of hard to come back mentally. I mean, I'm sure JDG is strong mentally, they think they can, but they are also realistic as well. So they should know that it's gonna be really hard for them. They just got out drafted, I think. Put on a really uncomfortable champions. There's gonna be one more fight, and they get 2 kills here. I mean, it's 2 for 2, right? It's 2 for 1. But they still don't have any control of the map. Suning still has the control of the map. And they're gonna keep having control of the map all the time now. And that means they're just gonna get all the objectives. And they're gonna get favorable fights. Just like here. 22, there's happens. Let's look at the... They always have mid prio, so they're just gonna play for this dragon now. They get Zoom's flash, which is super good for the next fight. He's gonna be useless. If he cannot flash on someone in his enemy team, then they can just play with range, play slow, and he's not gonna be able to do anything in team fights. So they're gonna play for this dragon. They get the mid prio. Kanavi finds us under the worst position. So FM is just playing as aggressive as he can. Again, they're trying everything to kill him, but they can't. Even though he's gonna die now. They get the Graves finally, but they lose the whole team. So it's just unfortunate, really.
There's so much I want to talk about. This was actually insane. There's 3 blue orbs on the side of Suning, and we saw Lumao setting up in flank positions multiple times in a row, warded out by the brush over. That is what started off this fight. They're anticipating everywhere that he wants to go, and that is what started off this fight. It looks like it could go pretty well for LGD, or excuse me, JDG, as you do see, Zoom coming in from that bottom side, cleaning up the jungler, but the rest
could go out for JDG, but not really, because they're just 2 behind at this point in the game. This game is really doomed now. I feel like it's impossible for JDG to win this game. So we're just gonna close this game out. Yeah, this ult was pretty insane. So honestly, it's just in my opinion, it's just a draft difference. Like they take the Jin, which gets prio. They take the Leona. The Jin Leona lane seems to be super strong from level 1 into late game. Like this guy's 8-0. They get the mid prio, and they get the Graves. Like top lane is whatever. GP loses lane hard again, but he's pretty useful anyway because he scales well. Bin just gets carried. That's it for game 2. Suning shows they can win as well.